going on, YouTube? Find Some Green here with Dirt and Diamonds Gaming. I want to do a way too early, quick reaction and review video of what Season 2 apparently is going to hold for us. I won't be turning on the PlayStation for this one. We're going to go straight off of Twitter, and without further ado, unedited, uncut, let's fucking get it, because I don't want to pass judgment too soon, but let's see. Where do we start? Well, we asked for Hall of Fame bosses. They figured the best thing to do would be to tweet out the only one we already knew we were getting for sure. They managed to drop the fact they're having a live stream around the same time as that. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. Your captains are relatively interesting. Corbin Carroll might be a somewhat nice card. Maybe, if they fix his swing. The attribute boosts that he gives are not bad, except you have to find 12 hitters with 84 speed, and I'm sure you could finagle around things where eventually that won't really be a problem. So I've figured out the answer to this year's MLB The Show. The answer to this year's MLB The Show is packs and perseverance. And you're like, what are you talking about? Well, basically, you need to open as many packs as you possibly can. And what you really need to do is you need to persevere through all of this bullshit, because the game will be fun. Except the game's not going to get fun until Season 4. You know, December, when baseball's already over, and all 3 of the seasons are done, and all their crap's done, when you can use every card that you want, and you could actually build whatever theme team you want with all the best cards from each team that you'll finally get over the course of the first, 270 days? The problem with that whole thing is that by the time December comes, who's really still playing the game? Because if you're not a sweat and you're not a diehard fan, you moved on to something else at that point. I really wish they would have gone back to the prior power creep. Like, I know I've said this before, but I don't understand that they took last year's version, which was hated by almost everybody, doubled down and somehow made it worse. It makes Immortals look like a good time. And I know Immortals was grind versus the computer forever and collect souvenirs, but at least with the souvenirs, between selling the autographed memorabilia, the jerseys, and the hats, you could actually make some stubs. And if I had to choose, I'd rather have that all over again and have all of my cards by July and not have to give them back than this bullshit. We'll talk about what we're really supposed to talk about here. 400k Friday is back in full fucking effect. It doesn't matter what they asked us to tell them. It doesn't matter what the survey said. It is readily apparent that everything that they're going to do is going to revolve around us buying packs. So make sure you solo your Season 1 cards and then get ready to dump, I don't know, what, we buy 3 of these at 40k a piece, so it's 120. I want to say it's 3 of them. We'll call it 3 of them. 3 of them for 120,000. Then don't forget about your, Season 2 drop 1 for your season awards, which you can buy 5 of those at 30k a piece, not including the headliner, which we'll get to in a minute. But for all you wondering why in the world I made a video saying, hey, make sure you use wildcard on your starting pitchers, your 91 Blake Snell here is going to be your most expensive pitcher out of this pack. The pack's going to cost 40. He'll cost more than that. Why in the world you would use your wild card and anything else, like I told you before, is absolutely beyond me. I don't understand it. But, I mean, to each their own. I get it. There are certain cards that are phenomenal. Me personally, I still haven't changed my stance. I think it's funny that all 3 of these pitches are lefties, by the way. They made sure to drop 3 lefties in a row. Just a thought for you. Your team affinity, we're back to 89 for anybody hoping and praying that they were going to slightly up the overalls to maybe 91s to start to really accelerate the power creep. It's not happening. And Tristan Casas might be fun as long as you don't face any of the aforementioned lefties. Royce Lewis, I mean, his card didn't look great. It looked like you would normally see for a card that's an 89. It's got some nice stats, and then we'll see in a second, but some stats that aren't great. Garrett Hampson might be okay for the early going. Francisco Alvarez's card was fun. I want to say that was two years ago. Might have been 3 years ago. Mitch Keller, if I remember, was fun, but I mean, he's a free card. He'll find his way into my rotation when I need to bring back some stamina for my other guys that I'm using as a wild card. Devers boost, yay. We need to put a whole bunch of crappy fielders out there. So if you're doing the math real quick, you've got 5 guys in the infield, including the catcher, 4 guys on your bench, so that equals 9. And then you're going to have to play 2 really crappy outfielders and play someone good in center. Yeah, the power's great, but we don't know how shitty fielding is to begin with in this game. I can't see subjecting myself to more of it. Here's the Royce Lewis card like we were talking about. So yeah, he has reverse splits and he's great against righties, and they just threw 3 lefties into the Fresh Start 2-pack, which he can't hit worth a shit apparently. So there's that. Eddie Murray, because we got to make sure that Carlos Santana stays relevant. There's your switch hitter for your 7,500 stubs times 5, and then your higher chance pull rate with, I think that's 30k. I don't ever buy that pack. There's no reason to buy that pack. Stanton might be cool, depending how fast they leak these hitters from 2010 through 2019 in. Might be the only one I would potentially consider. And yeah, tomorrow's going to be the stream. And for anybody, like I said, that was hoping they were going to up the power creep a little bit, where we didn't throw 49s, that's not happening. For anybody hoping that they weren't going to overload us with packs and charge us for everything like they did for season 1, it doesn't seem like that's happening either. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's server maintenance, so they can load all the garbage in. And I know I put out videos on occasion that tend to be somewhat negative, but yeah, I mean, like, I know they told us at the beginning that it was going to be a reset every 90 days or so, but I was hoping, well, I started off hoping that it was going to be something that wouldn't be horrendous. And then you went through the first 90 days and realized what their plan was for the first 90 days, and you realized that it was much worse than you ever thought possible. And because of the fact they put out surveys and started to alter things a little bit towards the end of the season, you thought that maybe it'd be better. And I'm curious to see tomorrow how everything goes with the way they award XP, although it doesn't seem like they're changing what you get per day. They're just double XPing up and quadruple XPing the cap for the first couple of days. That doesn't mean that they're going to increase the cap on the daily, which has been a complaint by just about everyone to start. It's unfortunate. And like I said, this is a way too early reaction video, and I know that, but they've given me no reason whatsoever to think this is going to be a good thing. Realistically, I know I've said it twice already in this video and made a whole video about it. Realistically, the best thing you can do, and the best thing about the new season, is that you can roll out every top tier starter you can possibly get your hands on. Stamina be damned. You can always roll it back later on and just kick the shit out of your competition for as long as possible. Because for anybody who forgot what it was like pitching for the first 60 days of this game, pitching was absolutely horrendous. And it's not great now, but at least with low contact, low vision guys and high per nines on the guys you can roll out, you'll have a chance to fight off some of this foul ball bullshit that they refuse to address. I don't understand how you're 90 plus days into your game cycle and there hasn't been a single gameplay update to address foul balls. This working as intended crap is going to kill the game, because anybody who's left in this player base that is actually still playing is fed up with foul balls. And if you weren't quite sold on walking away and foul balls were the last thing that really just tipped you over the edge, I could see that too, because yeah, the whole thing is just a giant freaking money grab this year. It's a money grab and it's RNG, and it's really, really obnoxious. With that said, I apologize for the language. If you made it through the language, and if you made it this far, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and clicking the naughty bell. I'll keep putting out content till I just can't stomach it anymore. Yeah, this whole reset's gonna hurt. For everybody that thought everything was gonna be fun, this whole reset's gonna hurt. Oh, and Adam Toro, if I remember correctly, is the switch hitter, which also ties into Carlos Santana. So they're giving us at least two guys for the Santana boost tomorrow if you're not using a wild card for your pitcher. Yeah. With that said, I appreciate the time. And until next time, have a good one.